Hi, Roger at Weathering Heights. This is the VELCO Weather Hazards Outlook. This is valid the rest of today, Saturday, through next Friday, February the 20th. Well, we're looking at the main issue here. This is an Alberta Clipper system, already a very tight pressure gradient behind this system. It's going to be taking a track and redeveloping as a secondary low off of Long Island, and then this will power up and undergo deepening as it pulls away toward Nova Scotia. The whole process will bring us very strong gusty winds. It'll also pull down some of the very cold temperatures we see up to the north and west of our region across portions of Canada. And already even on the back side of this system, they're seeing some pretty strong gusty winds. Some of these winds as high as 40, 50 miles per hour. This will be pushing into the region and mostly affecting, it looks like, our southern and eastern sections of the state, primarily the Green Mountain Spine and then points east. I'm thinking most likely territory to be affected probably about southern Orange County and then back into Windsor and Windham counties, perhaps our spine of the Green Mountains as well. There may be some secondary funneling through the Champlain Valley as well, but these winds look to be more marginal, perhaps reaching 40, 42, 43 miles per hour in some locations. The best chance for that across portions of Addison County, where the channeling winds will be blowing strongly out of the north-northwest. So here's our storm system. This is pulling off the south of New England and then powering up and pulling away. Very strong tight pressure gradient as indicated here. And as the storm pulls away, the winds do relax over Sunday night into Monday morning. But the coldest wind chills will be arriving during that time with very cold temperatures. High pressure builds in for what should be a decent, really Monday afternoon. Very cold though, and then into Tuesday, of course, Arctic chill in the vicinity. Our next weak weather system is not coming into phase, so really limited amounts of snow along the northern periphery here. We are looking at a little bit of lingering snow shower and flurry activity into the middle part of the week. And incidentally, it does moderate in terms of temperature, but looks like colder weather comes in for a visit on especially Thursday night, Friday, and into perhaps Saturday with the secondary area of higher pressure that builds in. This should bring us also some decent weather. Thereafter, we're going to watch this system. It's cutting a little bit further to the north. This will be a system just beyond this period, perhaps affecting us along about late next weekend. But it does look like it's going to be all snow. Right now, no wet snow loading issues indicated, but any more of a track further inland could bring a little bit too much warmer air, and so something we'll have to watch down the road. But that's quite a ways down the road with relatively low confidence at this point in time. And zooming in on New England here, we can see where the stronger winds and the shades of green there start to kick in. This is valid at about 7 o'clock on Sunday morning. The strongest winds do peak out during the daylight hours on Sunday, and the winds do start to reduce as we get into the evening hours and overnight, and the winds finally pull away. Some of the strongest and coldest wind chills will be indicated here as we get into the morning hours on Monday. Wind chill values as cold as minus 48 degrees at Saranac Lake, minus 30s in a wide area, perhaps getting into the minus 40s in some spots. Okay, as far as total snow accumulations go, this is valid Sunday afternoon at 1 o'clock. Then we see fairly light amounts of snow that do begin to build back in especially southern and eastern sections of the state. This is where the most snow is going to be, but you can see the heaviest snowfalls are going to be across down East Maine. And it does look like the accumulating snows here, we're talking probably 2 to maybe as much as 4 or 5 inches, maybe locally up to 6 inches, but it doesn't appear that this is going to be a real big deal in terms of snowfall. This is going to be a strong wind event, and winds blowing that loosely and lightly low water content snow will be very easily blown around and drifted. And that's going to be the main issue with, at times, near blizzard conditions taking place during the day on Sunday and probably into Sunday night as things do calm down. GFS ensemble showing our snowfall here between 2 and 4/10 melted precip, not a big deal. Second one then along about the 18th and the 19th, again not a big deal, but it looks like another shot of snow, perhaps maybe 2 to 4 inches here. Accumulated melted precipitation shows the main storm track across the southern southeastern United States and then offshore, giving us fringe effects for the most part. A little bit of lake effect enhanced, and most of the western areas dry except across northern Mexico. A little bit of an El Nino Pineapple Express kind of deal going on across the subtropics, and that's hooking up, and this is what's powering up a lot of our moisture, at least for these storm systems. Max temperature anomalies, this is the case. Warm out to the west, significantly so, and significantly cold out to the east. And here you got minus 27-degree readings, with the heart being, looks like around the Buffalo area, northwest Pennsylvania. About 3 days later, a little bit of moderation kicks in for midweek, so it raises these temperatures up. It's still overall, the weighted trend is that it's well below normal for maximum temperatures during the day. Out west, warmer than normal temperatures continue across a wide area. So for this Saturday afternoon, we have temperatures relatively mild at in the mid-teens for highs, and then a slide downward and a little bit of a rise in temperature, but you can see below zero here. Probably the coldest night Monday night into Tuesday morning, and then some decent moderation in temperature for the middle part of the week, and then indicated again another cold shot of Arctic air as we get into Friday. This is saying minus 35 degrees on the GFS. I doubt that this will happen. In fact, this next shot does not appear to be quite as bad as what we'll see here for the early to midweek. Here's a look what the Europeans thinking here. Our cold shot, again, this would be valid on Monday night into Tuesday. A little bit of a warm-up reaching near zero. By the way, this is centered on the E.F. Knapp Airport, Montpelier area. Again, another cold night, and then some moderation in temperature, and then another cold night below zero before we see a maximum in the low to mid 20s. That would be indicated by Wednesday afternoon. And then I'll slide this along. This will show you that we're looking at, again, temperatures that will drop down and indicated into the sort of 10 to 20 below zero, at least for the very Montpelier area. Probably a little bit colder to the north, a little bit warmer to the south, and then we moderate back toward the weekend. Again, in terms of precipitation, you can see midweek, really not a big deal. We're looking at probably a couple inches, some places maybe 2 to 4. And with this particular system, we're looking at basically in the very Montpelier area about a 2 to 3 inches here. It does not look like a big deal. Again, it's going to be the blowing and drifting that's going to be the main issue as we get into Sunday afternoon into Sunday night with the strong gusty winds. So once again, where's all the cold Arctic air? Well, it's north of the Great Lakes. This is the shot that will be coming in on Monday and Tuesday. And this cross-polar flow right out of Siberia has landed some of the coldest air, of course, in North America. And you can see that even places like Europe, back across a good portion of Asia, is not that cold. Some decent warming has been affected here. Also, some pretty warm weather, of course, across the Sahara, whatnot. But our cold weather is some of the coldest on the planet outside Antarctica. Here's a look at 7-day snowfall, the most being across southern Vermont with the last system. The least amounts in some parts of our valleys, 4 inches in Burlington, an inch only at Newport, so selective and local. And a quick look at snow depths here. We have generally better than 20 inches over a wide area. Champlain Valley, some of the low spots, some of the valleys, of course, of southern and western Vermont, Connecticut River Valley, but 40 inches in some locations down here in the southern Green Mountains. 36 inches at Walden, and pretty healthy snowpack. Everybody's happy in terms of winter sports, but people are really sick of the cold. That's it from here. Roger Hill, Wuthering Heights Consulting.